And I tell you that these people are ones that they grumble and mumble for so long until God, He allowed them to die off in the wilderness. You see, you have to be careful when God is blessing you and you are not grateful or you're not showing that you are thankful. You know, sometimes God will allow you just to die off. You see, there's times in our lives and in ministry where we have had folk to be there looking like they were with us, but God help me in here today. They were only here in the natural, but in the spiritual, you see, they was not here. God help me, you know. And what I'm trying to say to you today is that He allowed all of the folk that was led out of Egypt into the wilderness. He allowed all of those folk just to die off because, in other words, He wanted a new breed, somebody who, oh God, was going to bring to Him some true praise and some true worship, God, and to be thankful and grateful of what He had already done for their forefathers. God help me in here today. Now here we are, these same Israelites that I'm talking about today, now the Joshua generation. You see, when Moses died off, these same Israelites, this new breed, you know, they had a new leader who was Joshua to lead them across the Jordan River. Now hear this. Now here Joshua, when he died off, now here they had Caleb and all of the elders that was still living to carry on. They was doing good. They was worshiping God. They was following God. But soon as all of the elders died off, then they started doing evil against God. Oh, God, help me here. You see, they started worshiping idol gods. They started worshiping stuff that they man-made, stuff that they built, you know. In other words, had their God looking the way that they wanted Him to look. And you know, every time they got in trouble, if we got any Bible readers in the house, from the first chapter of Judges all the way up to chapter number 5, they were calling and crying out to God when they got in trouble, and God would hear their cry, and He would send somebody, someone to lead these people. In other words, in Judges, you know how it is. A judge is somebody that can put on a robe and sit behind the desk, and he can have the gavel, and he can judge in the natural. But I'm talking about these folk in the book of Judges, these Israelites who was evil, and they was doing evil. And watch this, and you can add this thing up in 3 ways. They were idolatry. They was in a marriage, oh God, and they were doing things that God was not pleased with. Hear this, church. You know, some of us in here today, we understand that God will speak to us time and time again. And then we have those who hear God and they still refuse to do what thus said the Lord. Now hear this. And in the 6th chapter, you figured, well, these people are still committing evil, but now here we have Jesus Himself, the angel of the Lord they call in the Bible, but He had to come down and He talked to this young man by the name of Gideon. Oh God, help me in here today and say that the angel of the Lord, he showed up, and he was under a terebinth tree. God help me. And then he spoke to Gideon while he was at a wine press. But let me back up just a little bit. Can I do that with you? Now in the 6th chapter, if you will go with me, the children of Israel, they did evil in the sight of the Lord. So God delivered them into the hands of the Midianites. Now watch this. Some of you may not know who the Midianites are or was, but these was half brothers to the folk that they was messing with. These were Abraham's and Keturah's children. Y'all remember Abraham was married a second time, and nobody talks about that wife, but they had a whole lot of sons. Now these are sons and grandchildren and folk that's going up against Israel, but God delivered them into their hands for 7 years. And now when they cried out, watch this, the angel of the Lord, he showed up. And then when he showed up, watch this, he had to show up. Why was that? Because these same folk, these Midianites, every time that Israel used to sow or start to build something that was worth or getting something prepared that looked like something, here come these Midianites. They will come into their village, into their camp, and they didn't come just to visit. They came to destroy their stuff. And they came in with camels, and they came in with an army that was numerous, God, just like locusts coming in. They was uncountable. But watch this. And then Israel was afraid of these fools, because when they hear just the sound of them coming, they would run. They would hide in caves. They would dig holes, and they would put themselves in strongholds in the mountains, and they would be able to watch from a distance while their stuff is being destroyed. God help me in here today. See, you're not supposed to be fearful of the devil when he come up against you. You are supposed to be able to stand up and say, devil, I know that you came to steal, to kill, and to destroy, but you need to understand that I got a weapon too. And God had already told me that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So I tell you, you may have your big army, but if I got the Lord on my side, then I know that everything is going to be all right. Is there anybody in here other than myself that understand where I'm coming from?